Welcome to today's video where we will share about the effect of trust and the solution to the problem. It's a true story of a certain couple. John and Sarah. John and Sarah were the picture of a perfect couple on the outside. They lived in a charming suburban home, where everything seemed in its rightful place. But inside, the house was divided. Mistrust had crept into their marriage, like an invisible wall between them. It started with a small seed of doubt. John noticed Sarah spending more time on her phone, laughing at texts she didn't share. His mind raced with possibilities. Was she hiding something? The love in his heart was slowly replaced by a burning suspicion. Sarah, too, felt the distance. She noticed John's coldness, his late nights at work, and the way he avoided her gaze. She began to wonder if he was the one being unfaithful. Their home, once filled with laughter, now echoed with silence and mistrust. As their mistrust grew, so did the consequences. The arguments became frequent, their words sharp and filled with accusations. Each tried to protect their heart from further pain, but in doing so, they only pushed each other further away. John found himself increasingly isolated, drowning his fears in work, avoiding Sarah. Sarah, feeling unloved and unwanted, sought solace in the company of friends, trying to fill the emptiness in her heart. But no matter how hard they tried to escape, the pain followed them. One day, after a particularly bitter argument, John left the house in frustration. As he drove aimlessly through the city, he came across a small church. The doors were open, and something compelled him to stop. He walked inside, seeking answers, seeking peace. The pastor's words echoed in the quiet sanctuary: "Trust is fragile, and without it, love cannot survive. But trust is also a gift from God, a reflection of His love for us. When we allow suspicion and doubt to rule our hearts, we stray from God's path. But if we turn to Him, He can heal even the deepest wounds." John fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. He prayed for forgiveness, for strength, and for the wisdom to rebuild the trust he had lost. He knew that he needed God's help to overcome the lust of suspicion that had taken hold of his heart. That night, John returned home with a heavy heart but a renewed sense of purpose. He found Sarah in their bedroom, her eyes red from crying. Without a word, he took her hand and led her to the living room. Together, they knelt and prayed, asking God to heal their broken hearts and to help them rebuild the trust that had been shattered. In the days that followed, John and Sarah committed to rebuilding their marriage, this time with God at the center. They sought counsel from their pastor, communicated openly, and worked to forgive each other. It wasn't easy, and the road was long, but they found strength in their faith and in God's love. John and Sarah learned that true trust is not built on human strength alone but on a foundation of faith in God. They realized that the only way to overcome the lust of suspicion and doubt was to surrender their hearts to the Lord and let His love guide them. If you're struggling with trust issues in your relationship, remember that God is the ultimate healer. Trust can be rebuilt, and love can be restored, but only when we turn to God and allow Him to work in our hearts. With God, all things are possible, even the restoration of a broken trust. If you found this story meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content that brings hope and healing to your life.